You're sitting across from a friend, colleague, or maybe even a loved one, and something feels off. Their smile is tight, like it's painted on. Their words carry a subtle edge, sharp enough to sting but too vague to call out. Or perhaps they're just distant, their presence cold, like a shadow where warmth used to be. You can't quite name it, but deep down, you feel it, a quiet tension that unsettles your soul. That, my friends, is the silent sting of resentment. It's not the loud arguments or dramatic confrontations we expect. No, it's a subtle poison, simmering beneath the surface, eroding trust and stealing your inner peace. But here's the good news. With the wisdom of Stoicism, you can spot these hidden signs, protect your mind, and build relationships that truly uplift you. Welcome to Daily Stoic Quotes, your sanctuary for timeless Stoic wisdom in a chaotic world. Here, we dive deep into the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus to navigate life's challenges with clarity, resilience, and purpose. If you're new to our community, or if you're a returning Stoic seeking inner peace, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join us on this journey to live with virtue and strength. Today's video is a powerful one, so let's get started. Resentment doesn't always announce itself with raised voices or heated words. More often, it lurks in the shadows, hidden in a passive-aggressive comment, a cold silence, or a subtle exclusion that leaves you questioning where you stand. These are the quiet cues that, if ignored, can drain your energy and fracture your relationships. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom is our guide today. By recognizing the signs of silent resentment, we can take control of our reactions, set healthy boundaries, and cultivate connections that align with our values. Let's make this real with a story. Think of Oprah Winfrey, a global icon whose early life was marked by rejection and pain. As a child, Oprah faced harsh criticism from her grandmother, who dismissed her dreams and made her feel unworthy. That lack of acceptance planted seeds of resentment in young Oprah, not just toward others, but toward herself. Yet, through self-reflection and resilience, she transformed that pain into purpose, embodying Stoic principles by focusing on what she could control: her actions, her mindset, and her mission to uplift others. Oprah's journey reminds us that resentment thrives where acceptance is absent, but Stoic wisdom can light the way to healing. In this video, we're uncovering 7 revealing cues that someone is silently resentful of you. From feeling unaccepted, like Oprah once did, to subtle exclusions that sting more than words. We'll explore each sign through real-life stories, Stoic insights, and practical steps to stay grounded. These cues aren't just about spotting resentment in others. They're about understanding human nature, including our own, so we can live with greater clarity and peace. Whether it's a friend's passive-aggressive jab, a colleague's sudden distance, or a loved one's refusal to communicate, these signs are like warning lights on your emotional dashboard. Ignore them, and the damage grows. Address them with Stoic courage, and you reclaim your power. Why does this matter? Because unrecognized resentment can leave you feeling drained, confused, and disconnected from the people you care about. It's like carrying a weight you didn't choose, one that clouds your mind and dims your spirit. But here's the Stoic secret. By seeing these cues for what they are, you can protect your inner peace and foster relationships that truly matter. As Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Don't let unspoken tensions steal your joy. Instead, use the tools of Stoicism, Topaz, to navigate these challenges with wisdom and grace. Stick around until the end for a powerful Stoic exercise to strengthen your emotional resilience and transform how you handle resentment. And we want to hear from you. Have you ever sensed silent resentment in your life? Maybe a friend's coldness or a colleague's subtle dig left you unsettled. Share your story in the comments with "I've felt it" or "I've been there" to connect with our community. Like this video, share it with someone who needs this wisdom, and subscribe to Daily Stoic Quotes for more insights to live a life of purpose. Let's dive into the first cue coming up next. Cue 1. They don't feel accepted by you. Let's begin with the first cue. When someone doesn't feel accepted by you. This subtle but powerful dynamic can spark a quiet tension that festers into resentment, eroding the trust that binds relationships. Imagine a friend whose laughter has faded, replaced by curt replies or a distant gaze. They sense you don't fully embrace them, flaws, quirks, and all, and this perceived rejection stings deeply. A 2017 study in Frontiers in Psychology confirms that feeling unaccepted in relationships is a key driver of resentment, as it chips away at emotional safety. When someone feels judged or dismissed, they withdraw, and the seeds of resentment take root. Today, we'll explore why acceptance matters, how it shaped Oprah Winfrey's journey, and how Stoic wisdom can help us foster connection and peace. Why acceptance matters. Acceptance is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, yet it's often misunderstood. It's not about tolerating someone's quirks or overlooking their flaws. It's about embracing their authentic self, creating a safe space where vulnerability can thrive. When we accept others, we offer them a soul-deep comfort, like a warm embrace in a judgmental world. Without this foundation, people feel unseen, unworthy, and disconnected, leading to resentment that simmers beneath the surface. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher emperor, captured this beautifully. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. This isn't just poetic, it's a call to action. Acceptance builds trust, fosters openness, and strengthens bonds. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to overlook this need, especially when we're distracted by work, goals, or personal struggles. But Stoicism reminds us to pause, observe, and connect with intention. By embracing others as they are, we create relationships that endure life's storms. To ground this idea, let's turn to Oprah Winfrey, a global icon whose story of overcoming rejection resonates deeply. Growing up in poverty in rural Mississippi, Oprah faced a childhood marked by abuse and neglect. Her grandmother, a stern figure, often criticized her, dismissing her dreams and making her feel unworthy. This lack of acceptance left young Oprah feeling unaccepted by her family and community, fostering resentment toward those who saw her as less than. The pain of being judged for her circumstances could have defined her, but Oprah chose a different path. Through therapy, self-reflection, and an unwavering commitment to her purpose, she embraced self-acceptance and forgave those who had dismissed her. This Stoic-like resilience allowed her to build meaningful relationships and channel her pain into empowering millions through her talk show and philanthropy. Oprah's journey teaches us that feeling unaccepted can breed resentment, but embracing others and ourselves with compassion can heal those wounds, transforming pain into purpose. So, how can we apply Stoic wisdom to prevent resentment from taking root? Start with mindful observation, a practice rooted in Stoic philosophy. When someone seems distant or passive-aggressive, a friend who cancels plans or a colleague who avoids eye contact, pause and reflect. Have I made them feel truly accepted? This isn't about self-blame, but about self-awareness, a cornerstone of Stoic growth. Seneca reminds us, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Take the courageous step of reaching out with empathy. You might say, "I've noticed you seem quiet lately. Is there something we could talk about?" This simple act opens the door to understanding, aligning with Stoic principles of direct communication and compassion. If the resentment persists, focus on what you can control: your actions, your words, and your willingness to connect. By fostering acceptance, you create a ripple effect, strengthening not just one relationship, but your entire circle. Now, it's your turn to reflect. Have you ever felt unaccepted, like Oprah once did? Or noticed someone pulling away because they felt judged? Share your story in the comments below with "I've been there" to connect with our daily Stoic Quotes community. Your experience might inspire someone else to embrace acceptance. As we move forward, let's explore the second cue. When someone feels rejected or criticized, a subtle shift that can fuel resentment in ways we often overlook. Stay with us, and let's continue this journey to inner peace together. Cue 2. They feel rejected or criticized. As we move to our second cue, we uncover another subtle trigger of resentment. When someone feels rejected or criticized, this dynamic, often unintentional, plants seeds of bitterness that grow silently, eroding the trust and connection that hold relationships together. Picture a colleague whose tone turns sharp after a meeting, or a loved one who responds with sarcasm to a harmless comment. These reactions stem from feeling inadequate or dismissed, a wound that festers into resentment. A 2018 study highlights that perceived rejection in daily interactions fuels anger and resentment, often without either party realizing the depth of the hurt. Building on our exploration of acceptance, let's dive into how rejection and criticism create emotional distance, and how Stoic wisdom can help us bridge the gap. Rejection and criticism strike at the core of our need to feel valued. When someone perceives your words or actions as dismissive, whether it's a casual critique or an unintended slight, they feel unworthy, triggering defensive behaviors like sarcasm, silence, or passive aggression. These are not just fleeting reactions. They're signs of resentment taking root, slowly undermining the bond you share. In today's hyper-connected world, where misunderstandings can escalate through texts or social media, these moments are all too common. Marcus Aurelius offers a profound Stoic perspective. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. This insight urges us to look beyond surface behaviors to the emotions driving them. By understanding that rejection is often a misinterpretation of intent, we can approach these situations with empathy, fostering connection rather than conflict. Stoicism teaches us to see these moments as opportunities for growth, not division. To make this real, let's turn to Taylor Swift, whose journey through public criticism illustrates the pain of rejection and the power of resilience. Early in her career, Swift faced relentless scrutiny from media and peers for her dating life and songwriting. Tabloids painted her as overly emotional, while critics dismissed her music as trivial. This public rejection stung deeply, fueling resentment toward detractors who misunderstood her artistry. Swift could have retreated, but instead, she embraced a Stoic-like approach, channeling her emotions into her 2017 album Reputation. By addressing criticism head-on through her music, she reclaimed her narrative, focusing on her values rather than external opinions. This aligns with Epictetus' teaching. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Swift's journey shows that rejection can breed resentment, but Stoic self-awareness and creative expression can transform pain into growth, inspiring millions in the process. How can we apply Stoic principles to address rejection-driven resentment? Begin with empathy and self-reflection. If someone seems resentful, perhaps a friend's sarcasm or a partner's silence, ask yourself, did I unintentionally criticize or reject them? This practice of introspection, rooted in Stoic philosophy, helps you identify moments where your words may have been misread. Then, take action with calm communication. Approach them with, I've noticed a change. Can we talk? This opens dialogue without blame, aligning with Stoic virtues of justice and kindness. For a practical step, try Stoic journaling. Each evening, write down interactions where you might have been critical, then plan how to approach them with kindness. This habit builds emotional clarity, helping you control what you can, your actions and intentions, while letting go of what you cannot. As Swift's story reminds us, facing rejection with courage transforms relationships and strengthens your inner peace. Let's hear from you. Have you felt criticized, like Taylor Swift once did, or noticed someone resenting you for a perceived slight? Drop "I've been there" in the comments to share your story and connect with our daily Stoic Quotes community. As we continue, we'll uncover the third cue, when resentment turns aggressive, a sign that demands. Q3, they're aggressive towards you. Our third cue shifts to a more visible sign of resentment, aggression. When someone harbors silent resentment, it can erupt as verbal, social, or even physical hostility. Sharp comments, biting sarcasm, or a cold shoulder that poisons the air between you. Unlike the subtle withdrawal of rejection, aggression is a loud warning, signaling deep-seated pain that's no longer contained. Research shows that unresolved resentment increases aggressive behaviors, creating a toxic cycle that harms both parties. Building on our exploration of rejection, this cue demands our attention, as it threatens trust and leaves emotional scars. Let's uncover why aggression arises, how Kanye West navigated this dynamic, and how Stoic wisdom can help us respond with peace, not retaliation. Aggression is more than a bad mood. It's a destructive force that erodes the foundation of any relationship. A friend's cutting remark, a colleague's public jab, or a loved one's hostile tone can leave you reeling, questioning what went wrong. These behaviors stem from resentment that's been ignored, festering until it spills over. The cost is steep. Trust crumbles, emotional scars form, and both parties suffer in a lose-lose cycle. Epictetus, the Stoic sage, offers a guiding principle. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This wisdom reminds us to respond with calm, not anger, preserving our inner peace. In our modern world, where stress and competition amplify tensions, aggression can feel all too familiar. But Stoicism teaches us to see these moments as tests of character, urging us to rise above and set boundaries that protect our well-being. Kanye West's story brings this cue to life. In 2009, during the MTV Video Music Awards, Kanye interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech, an aggressive act fueled by resentment toward media scrutiny and perceived disrespect in the industry. His outburst wasn't just a moment of impulsivity. It reflected unaddressed pain, amplified by years of feeling misunderstood. The backlash was swift, but Kanye's journey didn't end there. Through therapy, spiritual growth, and self-reflection, he learned to channel his emotions constructively, aligning with Stoic principles of self-control. His later apologies and focus on creative expression show a shift toward resilience, proving that aggression often masks deeper resentment. Kanye's story teaches us that while resentment can drive destructive behavior, Stoic discipline can guide us to healthier outlets, restoring balance and fostering growth. How do we handle aggression with Stoic wisdom? First, set clear boundaries. If someone's aggression crosses a line, perhaps a friend's hurtful sarcasm or a colleague's undermining tone, calmly assert your need for respect. Try saying, "I value our relationship, but this behavior isn't okay. This approach, rooted in Stoic justice, protects your peace while opening the door to dialogue. For a practical step, practice Stoic visualization. Each morning, imagine staying calm in a heated moment, preparing your mind to respond with wisdom, not anger. This aligns with Epictetus's call to focus on our reactions, not external events. If the aggression persists, consider distancing yourself, as Stoicism teaches us to prioritize relationships that align with virtue. Kanye's transformation reminds us that while we can't control others' resentment, we can control our response, building a life of dignity and peace. Have you faced aggression from someone resentful, like Kanye once expressed? Share your experience in the comments with "I've been there" to connect with our daily Stoic Quotes community. As we move to the fourth cue, we'll explore when resentment stands. Q4. They experience high levels of jealousy. Our fourth cue dives into a potent emotion, jealousy. When left unchecked, jealousy morphs into resentment, weaving tension into relationships through subtle digs, backhanded compliments, or bitter silence. Unlike the overt hostility of aggression, jealousy hides in the shadows, masking insecurity with a veneer of praise or indifference. Studies link jealousy to anger and destructive behaviors, threatening the trust and harmony we cherish. Following our exploration of aggression, this cue reveals how envy can quietly undermine connections, leaving both parties feeling disconnected. Let's explore why jealousy festers, how it shaped Gwyneth Paltrow's experience, and how Stoic wisdom can guide us to respond with empathy and strength. Jealousy is a universal emotion, but its impact depends on how we handle it. In small doses, it's natural, a sign someone values you or admires your success. But when jealousy grows unchecked, it becomes a silent poison, manifesting as resentment through subtle behaviors. A friend's "oh, you're so lucky" that carries a bitter edge, or a partner's overprotective questions that hint at fear. These actions signal insecurity, a fear of being overshadowed or replaced. Marcus Aurelius offers a Stoic antidote. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This wisdom urges us to address jealousy with empathy, not judgment, recognizing it as a human struggle rather than a personal attack. In our competitive world, where social media amplifies comparison, jealousy is ever present. Stoicism teaches us to see it as a mirror, reflecting our own insecurities and offering a chance for growth. Gwyneth Paltrow's experience with Goop brings this cue to life. As her wellness brand soared to success, Paltrow faced jealousy-driven resentment from peers and media. Critics dismissed her as out of touch, mocking her lifestyle recommendations with a venom that revealed envy of her influence and innovation. This resentment wasn't just professional. It was personal, rooted in jealousy of her ability to redefine success. Paltrow could have lashed out, but she chose a Stoic path, focusing on her mission and detaching from external opinions. By staying true to her values, she embodied Epictetus's teaching. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Paltrow's resilience shows that jealousy fuels resentment, but a Stoic focus on your own path can neutralize its sting, allowing you to rise above and inspire others. To counter jealousy-driven resentment, practice empathy and self-reflection. If someone's behavior feels off, perhaps a colleague's backhanded compliment or a friend's subtle criticism, pause and consider, are they feeling jealous? Acknowledge their emotions with kindness, saying, "I sense some tension. Can we talk about it?" This approach, rooted in Stoic compassion, fosters understanding and diffuses conflict. For a practical step, journal about your own moments of jealousy. Reflect on times you felt envious and ask, How can I redirect this energy toward my own growth? This aligns with Stoic self-awareness, helping you transform envy into motivation. Paltrow's story reminds us that we can't control others' jealousy, but we can control our response, choosing empathy and purpose over resentment. By doing so, we build relationships grounded in mutual respect and inner peace. Have you noticed jealousy in someone's resentment, like the critics who targeted Gwyneth Paltrow? Share your Q5. They're stonewalling or refusing to communicate. Our fifth Q is one of the most insidious, stonewalling or refusing to communicate. This behavior builds invisible walls, shutting down connection and signaling deep resentment. Unlike jealousy's subtle digs, stonewalling is a glaring refusal to engage. A partner who gives one-word answers, a friend who ignores your messages, or a colleague who avoids meetings. A 20-year study on marriages found stonewalling to be a top predictor of relationship breakdown, as it buries issues rather than resolving them. Following our discussion of jealousy, this cue highlights how silence can be louder than words, piling up resentment brick by brick. Let's explore why stonewalling hurts, how it played out in Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's divorce, and how Stoic wisdom can help us foster open communication. Stonewalling isn't just silence. It's a deliberate act of withdrawal that leaves issues unresolved and resentment unchecked. When someone tunes out your concerns, it's like they're wearing noise-canceling headphones during a heartfelt conversation, ignoring not just your words but your emotions. This creates a vicious cycle. The more they withdraw, the more frustration builds, deepening the divide. In friendships, workplaces, or families, stonewalling signals, "I don't want to deal with this," leaving both parties isolated. Marcus Aurelius offers a Stoic remedy. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. In relationships, this means choosing communication over silence, action over avoidance. In our busy lives where distractions abound, it's tempting to let issues slide. But Stoicism teaches us that unresolved conflicts only grow, and true strength lies in facing them with clarity and patience. The story of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's divorce illustrates the destructive power of stonewalling. During their highly publicized split, reports suggest both parties stonewalled each other, refusing direct communication due to resentment over personal and professional conflicts. This silence deepened their divide, turning a once passionate partnership into a battleground of unspoken grievances. The pain of their separation wasn't just legal, it was emotional, as unresolved issues piled up. Over time, however, they embraced mediation and co-parenting, practicing Stoic-like patience and openness to rebuild trust for their children's sake. Their journey aligns with Epictetus' teaching. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Brad and Angelina's story shows that stonewalling fuels resentment, but Stoic communication can pave the way for healing, even in the most challenging circumstances. To combat stonewalling, foster dialogue with Stoic patience. If someone shuts down, a partner who avoids tough talks, or a friend who gives curt replies, approach them calmly with, "I've noticed you're quiet. Can we discuss what's going on?" Avoid blame to keep the conversation open, embodying Stoic compassion. For a practical step, practice Stoic patience. Wait for the right moment to talk, ensuring both parties are calm and receptive. This aligns with the Stoic principle of controlling your timing and approach, not others' reactions. If stonewalling persists, consider setting boundaries, as Stoicism urges us to prioritize relationships that foster mutual respect. Brad and Angelina's shift to mediation reminds us that while we can't force communication, we can create space for it, building bridges where walls once stood. Have you faced stonewalling in a relationship like Brad and Angelina once did? Drop Q6. They disappear when you need support. Our sixth cue cuts deep. When someone disappears during your darkest moments. This isn't just flakiness. It's a neon warning that they don't value you as you thought, revealing resentment through their absence. Picture a friend who promised to be there, but vanishes when you face a crisis, leaving you alone in your pain. This betrayal stings, shattering trust and exposing their true priorities. Following our discussion of stonewalling, this cue underscores how absence speaks louder than silence, signaling resentment in its rawest form. Let's explore why abandonment hurts, how it shaped Jennifer Aniston's experience, and how Stoic wisdom can help us find strength in the face of betrayal. Abandonment during a crisis feels like a punch to the gut. It's easy to share laughter in good times, but true relationships are tested in the trenches, when life gets messy and support matters most. When someone vanishes during your struggles, it's not just disappointing. It's a betrayal that leaves emotional scars and fosters resentment on both sides. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. True friends show up when life gets real, proving their commitment through action. In our transient world, where relationships can feel superficial, this cue is a wake-up call. Stoicism teaches us to value those who stand by us and release those who don't, focusing on connections that align with virtue and mutual respect. Jennifer Aniston's story brings this cue to life. During her highly publicized divorce from Brad Pitt in 2005, Aniston felt abandoned by some friends who either sided with Pitt or avoided her pain, unwilling to navigate the emotional storm. This absence fueled resentment toward those who chose convenience over loyalty, leaving her feeling isolated at a vulnerable time. Yet Aniston's response was stoic in spirit. She leaned on a tight-knit circle of true friends and sought therapy, focusing on relationships that mattered. By rebuilding her inner strength, she embodied stoic resilience, proving that abandonment reveals who truly values you. Aniston's journey teaches us that while betrayal stings, stoic strength helps us cherish true allies and let go of those who fail to show up. To navigate abandonment, use crises as a litmus test for relationships. When someone disappears during your struggles, take note. Nurture those who show up and release those who don't. This aligns with stoic detachment, focusing on what you can control, your choices and connections. For a practical step, practice stoic gratitude. List 3 people who've supported you in tough times and reach out to thank them. This simple act reinforces meaningful bonds and shifts your focus to relationships that uplift you. Aniston's story reminds us that while we can't force others to stay, we can choose to surround ourselves with those who value us, building a life of resilience and purpose. As Stoics, we learn to let go with grace, knowing our worth isn't defined by others' absence. Have you been let down by someone during a crisis, like Jennifer Aniston was? Share your story in the comments with I've Been There to connect with our daily Stoic Quotes community. As we move to our final cue, we'll uncover the subtle pain of being excluded from plans, a passive-aggressive sign that demands Stoic self-respect. Stay with us, and let's complete this journey together. Cue 7. They subtly exclude you from plans. Our final cue is one of the most subtle yet painful, being excluded from plans. Whether it's a dinner, a party, or a casual hangout, these oversights are no accident. They're a passive-aggressive sign of resentment, signaling that you're not valued as you thought. Imagine scrolling through social media and seeing photos of an event you weren't invited to, the sting of exclusion hitting like a quiet betrayal. Following our exploration of abandonment, this cue reveals how resentment can manifest through deliberate absence, leaving you questioning your worth. Let's dive into why exclusion hurts, how it affected Selena Gomez, and how Stoic wisdom can help us reclaim our self-respect. Exclusion is a silent wound that cuts deep, making you question your place in others' lives. It's not just about missing an event. It's about feeling dismissed, as if your presence doesn't matter. These moments, often excused as last-minute plans or "we thought you were busy," are deliberate, reflecting resentment that avoids confrontation. The emotional toll is real. Exclusion fosters self-doubt and reciprocal resentment, straining relationships. Marcus Aurelius offers a Stoic lifeline. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This wisdom urges us to focus on relationships that uplift us, not diminish us. In our interconnected yet often superficial world, exclusion is amplified by social media, where omissions are painfully public. Stoicism teaches us to see these moments as tests of self-worth, urging us to rise above and choose connections that honor our value. Selena Gomez's early career brings this cue to life. As a rising star on Disney Channel, Gomez faced exclusion from peers who envied her growing fame. Co-stars left her out of social events, their resentment fueled by her success and the spotlight she commanded. This isolation stung, leaving Gomez feeling like an outsider in a world where she was expected to shine. Yet she responded with Stoic-like resilience, building a supportive circle of friends and focusing on her craft, music, acting, and advocacy. By detaching from toxic dynamics and embracing her worth, Gomez embodied Stoic self-respect. Her story teaches us that exclusion reflects others' resentment, not our value, and that Stoic strength lies in choosing relationships that celebrate our presence. To counter exclusion, assert your worth with Stoic courage. If you're left out, address it directly. "I noticed I wasn't invited. Can we talk about this?" This approach, rooted in Stoic honesty, clarifies intentions and sets expectations. If the other party dismisses you, focus on those who value you, as Stoicism urges us to prioritize relationships aligned with virtue. For a practical step, practice Stoic detachment. Visualize letting go of relationships that don't serve you, imagining the freedom of surrounding yourself with genuine connections. Gomez's journey reminds us that while we can't control others' actions, we can control our response, choosing self-respect over self-doubt. By doing so, we create space for relationships that honor our worth and foster true connection. Have you been excluded from plans, like Selena Gomez once was? Drop "I've been there" in the comments to share your story and connect with our daily Stoic Quotes community. As we wrap up, we'll bring these cues together with a Stoic exercise to protect your peace and transform your relationships. Stay with us for the conclusion, and let's complete this Stoic journey with strength. We've traveled through the quiet shadows of resentment, uncovering 7 revealing cues that signal when someone is silently struggling with bitterness. From the ache of feeling unaccepted, as Oprah Winfrey endured in her youth, to the sting of exclusion that Selena Gomez faced among peers, each cue, feeling unaccepted, rejected, aggressive, jealous, stonewalling, disappearing, and excluding, offers a mirror to human nature. These signs are not just warnings. They're opportunities to wield Stoic wisdom, forging relationships that are stronger and more authentic. We saw Taylor Swift transform criticism into art, Kanye West find balance through self-reflection, Gwyneth Paltrow rise above jealousy, Brad and Angelina rebuild trust after silence, and Jennifer Aniston cherish true allies amidst betrayal. Each story echoes Seneca's profound truth: we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Don't let resentment steal your peace. Instead, face it with the courage and clarity of a Stoic. choosing responses that align with virtue and purpose. These cues remind us that while we cannot control others' feelings, we can always control our actions, crafting a life of resilience and connection. To carry this wisdom into your daily life, let's embrace a transformative Stoic practice, the view from above, inspired by Marcus Aurelius' meditations. This exercise invites you to rise above the petty conflicts and emotional tangles of everyday life, seeing your relationships from a cosmic perspective. Here's how to practice it. Find a quiet moment each day, perhaps at dawn or before sleep. Close your eyes and imagine yourself soaring high above the earth, gazing down on your life as a tiny speck in the vast tapestry of existence. See the people around you, friends, family, colleagues, and the resentments, big or small, that may linger. From this vantage point, ask, do these tensions define my worth? How can I act with wisdom to nurture what matters? Spend 5 minutes in this visualization, then journal your insights. Write down one action you can take, perhaps a kind gesture to someone who feels unaccepted, like Oprah once needed, or a calm conversation to address exclusion, as Selena might have valued. This practice, rooted in Stoic detachment, helps you focus on your peace and purpose, letting go of what you cannot control. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Let this exercise be your compass, guiding you to a life of clarity and strength. You are stronger than you know. Silent resentment may test your relationships, but it also reveals your capacity for growth, resilience, and compassion. Like Taylor Swift, you can channel pain into purpose. Like Jennifer Aniston, you can cherish those who stand by you. And like Gwyneth Paltrow, you can rise above envy with unwavering focus. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness lies not in avoiding challenges, but in facing them with an iron mind and a generous heart. You deserve relationships that lift you up, conversations that spark understanding, and a life free from the weight of unspoken grudges. Build your inner citadel, as Marcus Aurelius would say, a sanctuary of peace that no resentment can breach. Here at Daily Stoic Quotes, we're your partners on this journey, sharing the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to help you live with courage and joy. Your life is a canvas for virtue, a chance to embody wisdom, justice, and resilience. Step boldly into that calling and watch how your world transforms. Which of these cues struck a chord with you? Did Oprah's story of overcoming rejection resonate? Or did Kanye's journey through aggression hit home? Share your thoughts in the comments below with "I've been there" or "I've felt it" to join our Daily Stoic Quotes community. Your story could light the way for someone else. If this video inspired you, hit that like button to spread Stoic wisdom and share it with a friend or loved one who needs this message. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to stay with us for more insights to transform your life. Keep your focus on what you control and let virtue guide your path. As Seneca reminds us, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Stay resilient, and we'll see you in the next video.